going nuts. Kyler Murray's been hot in the second half. They're going for it on 4th and 10. Murray from midfield pirouettes. All kinds of time for the end zone. Intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Kitchens. Another rookie coming up big for the Rams defense. As Jared Verse was the one who provided the pressure. And the 3rd round pick out of Miami with the pick. And the Rams are feeling good on a Saturday night. Who, you know, I guess as he's looking at it, he gets frustrated, but
I'm sitting here going, don't catch the ball. Like, it's 4th down. You want to knock it down. That gave him a chance to get it on 4th down. It's just like a punt because you slide down at the 10-yard line. You kind of gave the Cardinals what they wanted there by intercepting it, deciding to go into the end zone and everybody celebrate the turnover. But that should have been knocked down by Kitchens.
The youth can serve and the youth can also frustrate. As the Rams now try to run it out with Kyren Williams. I mean, it's interesting you point out that when they won the Super Bowl, were just tons of veterans, right? They got Odell, they got Von Miller, they even got, you know, a bunch of, Weddle came out of retirement off the couch to put that banner here, and people were talking about doing things unmentionable to the picks around here. You know, that was the phrase, all them picks. And now they're using all them picks with Les Snead, the general manager for Sean McVay, and the defense, you know, Chris Shula's defense, they've been terrific this year.
And everybody said they were going to pay on the back end, right? You're kind of buying a championship that they won a couple years ago, but they've done a great job of retooling with all these young players. They've got so many dynamic young players, offense and defense, and they're right back in the thick of things.
Well, the Cardinals just burned their first of 3 timeouts, trying to prevent the first down and get the ball back without too much time going off. And they corral Williams to bring up a 3rd down. Zaven Collins on the stop as the clock is ticking. So Gannon used 1 but doesn't use another here. They've got the 2-minute backstop. Trying to save one, I guess, on offense, knowing that the Rams are going to have to snap it before the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, and you also wonder, too, if you're the Rams, do they throw it here? Like, you don't want to give the ball back to the Cardinals with good field position. Do they throw it because it's getting close to that 2-minute warning anyways? Take a shot, try to get the first down.
Yeah, and saving the timeout might be needed here if the Rams do pick up the first. Stafford is going to throw it. He's going to throw it for Nakua, and they cannot connect. Starling Thomas, who's in place of the injured Garrett Williams, was on the coverage, and that's a huge stop for Arizona.
That was really well done there. They motioned to the outside to try to get off coverage, but he wasn't biting. Thomas says, nope, I am not giving you free access. I'm going to get up and still try to press you with the motion, and then a little slip at the top by Puka, leading to the incompletion and exactly what the Cardinals wanted.
Gannon held on to one of the timeouts, so they'll have 2 timeouts in their back pocket. And the punt is away. George says let it drop. It does, but what that does, well, yeah, the SoFi play clock or clock operator ticked that one down to 2 minutes. That would have been pretty big, 1 second to still be left there, but we are in Los Angeles, it appears. Let's see how this puppy plays out when we come back from the 2-minute warning. So sure enough, Kurt Warner, that punt was finished before the 2-minute warning, and as soon as we went to break for the 2-minute warning, what we thought was Brad Rogers and the officiating crew put another second back on the clock, which is huge.
No homering done here.
Because Arizona gets another play before the 2-minute warning now. On a must-have drive starting from their own 36. So that play winds up being an incompletion to Trey McBride, Cam Curl on the coverage. And now it's the 2-minute warning. So,
good coverage there on the back end.
So here's the scoop here. A win tonight for the Rams. They don't clinch the West, but they can clinch it tomorrow and Monday if the strength of victory results break their way, the Seahawks can win next week, and with a Rams loss or tie tonight, win the West that way. There's also a whole host of tiebreakers that if they beat the Rams next week, they could clinch over the Rams. And they are deep down the tiebreaker list, rare tiebreakers. One of them, however, Kurt, is not rock, paper, scissors. That's how deep down the list it goes.
How deep do they have to go for that?
To the center of the earth, I believe. Buck 55 to go. 2nd and 10. Murray runs out of time, but he gets the pass off to Carter, who's knocked down by Cam Curl. 3rd down, clock rolling. Minute 40 to go.
Obviously, no 4 down territory all the way from this point because they've got to get 6 on the board.
Kyler, quick throw, wide open, McBride. McBride inside the 45. Ruled out of bounds at the 41. 90 seconds to go. Cameron Kinchens with the stop.
Some sort of blown coverage right there. And good job by McBride not to just turn and run out of bounds to stop the clock, but to turn, see if anybody's there. Gain an extra 10, 12 yards down the sideline.
116 yards on the night for McBride with 11 receptions. Matthew Stafford can only sit and watch. The noise not just from inside this stadium, rooting on the Rams, but from Seattle, rooting on the Cardinals. Murray to his left. Marvin Harrison Jr. gets it down. Ahkello Witherspoon on the coverage.
Great throw and catch. And they've talked a lot about this, the ability to be tough at the point of catch right there. Contact by Witherspoon, able to run through it, make the tough catch, tap the feet. Good play by Marvin Harrison Jr. right there.
Season best 6th catch of a game for Marvin Harrison Jr. 92 yards on the night. That's not a season best. He had 130 against the Rams the previous time. Quick snap. Carter. Michael Carter gets it down to the 20. Clock rolls inside a buck 10. Cardinals are steaming down the field here, Kurt.
Not calling a timeout here.
Now there's a timeout for a player down. Kinchens is down. I mean, there's a lot of intrigue here, Kurt, because obviously the Cardinals need a touchdown. That missed extra point,
huge,
off of their first touchdown of the night, just looms very large right now. It was the first missed extra point of the year for Arizona. Michael Hoyt was the one who blocked it. And this is why Arizona can't just settle for 3 here and hope for the best.
Yeah, but you got 1:12 on the clock. If you're the Cardinals, you're not looking to settle for anything. You got plenty of time here. A couple timeouts to go.
Question is at what point might Sean McVay think about burning his 3 timeouts here in case Arizona gets close? I mean, they're right at the edge of the red zone here. The Rams have had to use a timeout there because of the injury to Kinchens with the clock rolling. So each team has only 2 timeouts left. So much at stake right here. SoFi fans in full throat. 72 seconds to go from the Rams 20. 1st and 10. Murray. Quick throw to McBride. Another grab. His 12th of the night. Puts him over 120 yards receiving on the evening.
You're in a tough spot if you're the Rams defense because you want to come up and press and not give them these easy throws, but you press and you lose early, you could give up a touchdown. So they're sitting back and allowing these easy throws underneath. You're the Cardinals. You're not only making the catches, you're getting out of bounds. You're in great position right now.
2nd and 3 to Carter. Gets close to the first down, but does not make it. Clock rolling under a minute. Who wants to stop it? Nobody. It's rolling. Cardinals get on it fast. Under 50 seconds to go. 3rd and 1. It's Carter again. 1st down and more. Inside the 5, or at the 5, and the clock has stopped. Timeout, and McVay's the one who called it.
Because you're thinking to yourself, if you're the Cardinals, no need to call a timeout quite yet, because 3 plays from this position, holding on to those 2 timeouts. You got plenty of time on the clock, especially assuming you're probably going to throw a couple of them into the end zone.
A reminder, the NFL Game Day Final Mercedes-Benz post-game show is next. The crew's going to break down the highlights of this game, every other game today, the playoff picture scenarios up to the minute. That's all next on the Mercedes-Benz post-game show.
And the great thing, if you're the Cardinals right now with these 2 timeouts, you can hand the football off again if you want. You can throw a pass, down the line of scrimmage, a wide receiver screen, because even if you get tackled in, you can stop the clock. You don't have to throw it into the end zone.
Entire playbook is open on 1st and goal from the 5. Murray's going to throw it to the end zone, up in the air, and intercepted! Ahkello Witherspoon saves the day! McBride, the intended receiver, hit him right in the helmet. And Witherspoon, does he come up with it? Sure looks like he does, Kurt.
He squeezes it. It can touch the ground as long as it doesn't move. And to me, that looks like an interception.
And not a single part of his body went out of bounds either. What a play. They are reviewing it. Gene Steratore, how do you see it?
I'm with Kurt on it, Rich. I think Witherspoon does a great job of just sticking it, squeezing it. Yes, it hits the ground, but it's after he's secured it, and that football doesn't move very much at all. I don't think he's lost possession. I think it's a good interception, Rich.
What a play by Ahkello Witherspoon. The 17th target of the night for Trey McBride. Hit him right in the helmet, and the ball popped in the air, and Witherspoon made a marvelous, seemingly game-sealing play.
It's such a tough play down there. Press coverage, they're bringing the pressure. You got to let the ball go if you're Kyler Murray. And as we saw, Trey McBride just didn't get his head turned quite as quick as Kyler wanted him to. Goes off the helmet. And as I always say, the worst thing for a quarterback is when the ball goes up in the air and you're just hoping that it finds the turf. Nice job peeking back by Witherspoon, finding the ball and making an unbelievable catch.
After review, the ruling on the field stands of an interception. It's 1st down, Los Angeles.
What a moment for the Rams on a defense chock full of rookies and second-year players. The 8th-year man out of Colorado comes up with a monster pick with the ball placed at the 1, inside the 1. And with 2 timeouts at Arizona's disposal, I mean, you can't victory formation this thing, Kurt. You're going to have to shove this thing out of the end zone.
Why is the ball at the 1? I guess I didn't.
McVay is asking that right now.
It looked like it landed in the end zone. I thought his foot hit out of bounds in the end zone.
He said the ball hit the pylon, which it did. So, Gene, why is this ball inside the 1?
What I'm looking at right now, guys, if his hand hit the pylon and the ball did not, then he's still basically up live right there and then rolls back into the field of play forward. So he's really not down by contact.
Did any part of his body go out of bounds, Gene?
It did not.
There we go.
No.
I'm looking for that. It does not. And then the hand hits the back of the pylon, and you see the ball then outside of the goal line on the 1.
So Stafford's got to get out of there. What a wild finish here in SoFi as Gannon fires off his second timeout with 32 seconds to go. I mean, is McBride putting that on himself right there with his reaction? Because, I mean, that ball was a fastball that came right in.
Again, like I said, it's bang, bang. When you've got contact and you're getting pressed, you're trying to get off of that. So maybe he's supposed to, break out just a touch sooner in a normal situation, but always tough with contact. And I think it's probably one of those shaking his head, just wishing he had turned just a touch sooner, feeling like he could have made that catch for a touchdown instead of having it go off his helmet.
What a monster night for him. 12 catches, 123 yards, 1 touchdown. He's been unstoppable. He's got to get it out of the end zone again, and Stafford does a little tush push. As Cooper Kupp's the one doing the pushing. And that's the final timeout for the Cardinals.
Give yourself enough room. Now you can just kneel this down. Should be able to.
Matthew Stafford had never won back-to-back games in which he threw for less than 200 yards in his entire career.
Really?
But he did that coming into this game. He's about to do it for a 3rd straight game. The Rams are just winning in so many different manners.
And he was telling us when we had the meeting with him, when he first started his career in Detroit, he felt like he had to go out and make every play and play great if they were going to have any chance to win. How nice is it at this stage to not have to be in that situation?
Well, now it's a victory formation knee. Clock winds down. There's going to be some pushing and shoving here. And the Rams do hang on, get to the 10-win club. And now we'll turn and watch the rest of Week 17 play out and hope that this celebration winds up being one for the division. Kurt, you got any last thoughts here?
Man, we saw some great finishes today, and I have a feeling we're going to see some more great finishes over the weekend and into next week as we try to solidify what this is going to look like come playoff time.
We've been around the world with this CBS crew. I want to thank every last one of them, from London to Germany.
It's been a good ride. It's been a good ride.
Los Angeles, California. And for everybody on NFL Network, all the men and women of NFL Network, to bring you this triple header in which one Los Angeles team, the Chargers, clinched a wild card spot to start the day. The Bengals keep the AFC playoff picture alive for the 7th seed. And now the Rams stay in that 3 position, watching the rest of everything play out